Well, hi there, and welcome to our Sunday Song Time, or whenever you're watching this. And I have for you this time round a shorter song. Some of you might appreciate that. And it's a simple song, but it has a real special place in my heart. And I was thinking about it today. It takes me back to the summer of 1977. I had just graduated from Mohawk College in Hamilton and got my first full-time job at a radio station. Yeah, Simcoe, Ontario, 1600 CHNR AM, Haldeman, Norfolk Radio. I remember my dad saying, "Hey, how much are they paying you?" And I said, "I don't even know." And I didn't care. I was in radio. Ha ha. And then, very soon I found out just, how much they were paying me. But anyway, one of my first jobs was to wake up early on Sunday mornings, which at the age of, 21, I couldn't imagine anybody doing that. But anyway, I got up early Sundays and signed the radio station on, right? It wasn't 24 hours. We played O Canada at 6 o'clock in the morning and then started into the day's programming. And my job was to play various religious programs that radio stations played on Sundays. It was a way for them to make revenue. And there were shows like the Lutheran Hour and the Salvation Army program. And I was also responsible for a couple of 30-minute slots where I just was to play gospel music. Not say anything, just play the music. And we had a stack of albums. And they sat up on the top of a shelf. And we would just start from the top, work our way down, and wherever you finished, that's where you began the next Sunday. And then after a few Sundays, you'd get down to the end of the pile, flip it all over again, and start all over, right? And so there were albums by people like Mahalia Jackson, George Beverly Shea, people I had no idea who they were, didn't know the music, but I did know Elvis. Oh, yeah. And, one of the things you learn when you're in broadcasting, because you're always looking for trivia, interesting little tidbits of information to pass along. And one of the first things you discover about Elvis is that he never won a Grammy Award, except for his gospel music. Yeah, the king of rock and roll, all the big hits that he had. But he only won Grammys for his gospel songs. And we had an album, and the album was called His Hand in Mine. And now Elvis had the Jordanaires with him singing background and sounding so good. I don't have that. You'll have to sing background here. I have enough trouble with the foreground. But anyway, this song, it's a very simple message, but it means a lot to me over these years, all these years later. And I was thinking about it today, and I thought, why don't I play it for folks here? So I hope you enjoy it. You may ask me how I know my Lord is real. You may doubt the things I say and doubt the way I feel, but I know He's real today. He'll always be. I can feel His hand in mine, and that's enough for me. I will never walk alone. He holds my hand. He will guide each step I take, and if I fall, I know He'll understand till the day He tells me why He loves me so. I can feel His hand in mine, that's all I need to know. I will never walk alone. He holds my hand. He will guide each step I take, and if I fall, I know He'll understand, till the day He tells me why He loves me so. I can feel His hand in mine, that's all I need to know. I can feel His hand in mine, that's all I need to know. Thank you very much. Yeah, His hand in mine. Yeah, I was thinking of just a couple of verses here in the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 11. It says that faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. You know, people say, oh, you're just taking a blind leap of faith. No, you don't actually. And in fact, I was mentioning that summer of 77. Well, by the winter, actually February of 1978, I had heard the message from these tapes and these songs that I was playing and some people that I was meeting. And suddenly everything I learned as a kid that I didn't understand growing up in church, all of it made sense all of a sudden. And it wasn't a blind leap of faith. I suddenly realized, oh yeah, this is true. And ever since then, of course, well, I have felt, do I say His hand in mine? Not sure about that, but I do know sometimes, actually just recently, kind of woke up in the middle of the night and I knew I wasn't alone. I knew He was there. I knew He was real. And maybe you have those moments too where you know, oh yeah, God is real. He's everywhere. And it's what the ancients were commended for. And in Hebrews 11, they talk about various people from the past who put their faith in God. It says, by faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. Now, I can't tell you exactly all the ins and outs of how God created the universe. In fact, nobody can. It's a huge thing. I think about what He said to Job. Yeah, where were you when I did all this? But by faith, we understand that there's such a design to this universe of ours. And actually, I was thinking, I think it was Stephen Hawking back in the 1990s. He shocked the cosmological world when he said that the universe was actually formed from nothing. Well, it's right here in Hebrews chapter 11, right? What is seen was not made out of what was visible. You receive it by faith. In fact, it says in verse 6 that without faith, it is impossible to please God. Because anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who earnestly seek Him. Now, we get tied up in, rewards in this life, material things. No, He rewards us by actually letting us know that He's here. And we get to, certainly have a hope for our future because of what Christ did for us in dying on the cross for our sins. But also, too, as the days go by and as difficulties come into our lives, as they do, sometimes, maybe it's in the quiet moments, maybe it's when you're all by yourself and you're really wondering, wow, what in the world's going on? And then suddenly, you feel that assurance. Maybe it's His hand in yours. I don't know. I remember one time sitting alone in a chair and just suddenly feeling like someone was putting their hand on my shoulder. That's pretty weird, eh? Yeah. Do. No, it's true. It's true. I can feel His hand in mine. And that's enough for me. Yep, I know He's there. I know He's real. You may doubt the things I say and doubt the way I feel, but I know He's real today. He'll always be. And I can feel his hand in mine, and that's enough. That's enough for me. I know he's there. I hope you do too. And I hope in these days of, just so much turmoil in our world, that you will also put your faith and trust and confidence in the one who made everything and holds it all together in the palm of his hand. Which reminds me, make sure you are in the palm of his hand too.